We have a couple of big returns to discuss when it comes to superhero movies, and one was ill-advised, and the other one is, I don't really know what to make of it. But first we'll just talk about Hugh Jackman and this situation, right? Don't come back. Why Kevin Feige told Hugh Jackman not to play Wolverine again. And it's so funny, right? You have Kevin Feige, right? You know, Marvel president, the guy who's right now at the center of the firestorm trying to turn everything around, even though he's kind of the architect of this failure and he's not going to be turning anything around, comes out and says that Hugh Jackman shouldn't come back as Wolverine, spoiler, because he got the perfect send-off with Logan. But the way that you're structuring 2024, and it is basically all around Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, just lets you know that this guy doesn't have any vision outside of what he can grasp with his hand. This is hilarious, okay? The highly anticipated Deadpool and Wolverine will mark Hugh Jackman's return to the X-Men character since 2017's Logan. However, Marvel president Kevin Feige had different advice when it came to Jackman reprising his iconic role. Per Empire, Kevin Feige didn't think it was a good idea for Jackman to come back. Now, the actor played the iconic character in the original X-Men trilogy, as well as several spin-off movies that culminated with Wolverine's death in Logan. Spoiler! Because of the film's ending, Feige didn't think it was a good idea for Jackman to revisit Wolverine. But come on, Kevin. Nobody's ever really gone. I said, let me give you a piece of advice, Hugh. Don't come back. You had the greatest ending in history with Logan that Marvel had nothing to do with. That's not something we should undo. What's this we thing? Okay, this is something that we shouldn't do, but because Marvel's in a dire state and because we're all creatively bankrupt and we couldn't find a way to elegantly put X-23 into the role of Wolverine without you giving them a handoff down the line after Deadpool and Wolverine is the most profitable film for Disney this year. I'm not saying it's going to make $1 billion, but I think, $750 to $800 million. I think that'd be a good sweet spot, and it'll still turn a profit. But they'll just try to milk this situation for all that it's worth, and then, yes, stick a chick in it and make it gay. It is, in fact, the Marvel way. Didn't anticipate for that to rhyme, but hey, that's Marvel's strategy at this very time. The Marvel boss noted the Wolverine in the highly anticipated superhero film Deadpool and Wolverine won't be the same one from the previous X-Men movies. See, so he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. Luckily, Jackman disagreed with Feige's advice, and the actor thought about it during a long drive and decided it was something that he wanted to do. I was about an hour into a drive, Jackman explains, and that question came to my head. What do I want to do? As soon as I asked that question, I wanted to do Deadpool and Wolverine. I just knew it. I drove for another hour, couldn't stop thinking about it, and I got out of the car, called Ryan, and said, Ryan, if you'll have me, I'm in. And yeah, man, we went over the trailer when it first dropped, and know that there's been additional scenes that are out there, and frankly, I don't care. Mostly because I was underwhelmed by the trailer. You guys know my response to it. I've got the video up on, wherever I've originally posted, Rumble, YouTube, I don't know where the rest of the places are, but it's out there, and I said that the most impactful parts of that trailer was Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Okay, he brings an earnestness to the role that we haven't seen much from many Marvel products recently, and as much as I don't like the character of Deadpool, he could end up making it worthwhile for the people that are going to take the trek to the theaters at the end of July. So yeah, I hope it's good. I just also know that there's a plot over the top of it that is more convoluted than Feige's long-term Marvel strategy, so not exactly excited knowing that the people that drove Marvel into the ground are also going to be responsible for trying to dig it out of the depths. But hey, if they say enough F-bombs and they have enough sex jokes in it, it'll be worth everybody's time this summer. Yay, it'll be fantastic. Deadpool and Wolverine is the only movie that Marvel Cinematic Studios is releasing in 2024, and fans hope that the superhero film will give the studio a much-needed boost for its current Phase 5. Both Deadpool films have been very well received. I thought the first one was well received and the second one was kind of best forgotten, but that's just me, okay? And audiences have been waiting for a third installment since 2019 when lead actor Ryan Reynolds confirmed a sequel was in development. On top of the excitement of a new Deadpool movie, the film will also bring back Hugh Jackman, who has previously retired from the role in 2017. The actor told the same outlet the film has some aces up his sleeve, Henry Cavill being a variant Wolverine. Oops, spoilers. Now, when it comes to Wolverine, one of which is having the character wear his iconic yellow suit. But is he going to wear the mask? I want to see the mask. From the X-Men comics, we almost did it in the Wolverine. Oh, really? But that was the moment where I put it on. It was like, how did we never do this? It just looked so right. It felt so right. I was like, that's him. It's a different side of Wolverine we haven't seen before in the movies. It was exciting to me, or for me. Yeah, because okay, like I remember watching like the original trilogy of X-Men films, and then I even went to the theaters to watch X-Men Origins Wolverine. The first time where you had Deadpool and Wolverine team up. And while Hugh Jackman was always kind of the straight man in those roles in those original X-Men films, he's really going to have to ratchet that aspect of his personality all the way up to 11, playing off of the quintessential fast-talking, quick-witted merc with a mouth. It'll be interesting to see because we've seen this type of anticipation, especially last year with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. People going, you know what? It's going to be James Gunn's swan song. He really loves that franchise. He really loves and understands those characters. This one could end up being good. And the people that went to see it either thought it was mid, forgettable, or absolutely despised it. So I'm hearing a lot of those same things echoed this year for Deadpool and Wolverine going, yeah, the trailer was all right. Okay, it's nice to see Hugh Jackman back. He's really looking like he's fitting perfectly back into that role. I'm just waiting for people to come out of that theater right after the release and going, oh god, this is a disaster. Because yeah, you have a lot of the people, actually most of the people that created the first two Deadpool movies attached to this, but you also have the big parent company over the top that is trying to use this as a launching point to reinvigorate Phase 5 for Marvel. Yeah, you got Disney to contend to, so I guess we'll have to see when it eventually hits the theaters in July, but now we can cast our minds to July of 2025, and then we're gonna have, for the first time in a long time, a brand new Superman movie. Well, we got the first look at the Superman costume, and well, it's interesting, right? Because he had previously mentioned James Gunn. So it's amazing how much crossover we have on this. Because, yeah, also we're going to have allusions to Henry Cavill, given the fact that, you know, he was the incumbent Superman. And a lot of people are just saying, wow, suit kind of looks like discount Henry Cavill. It looks like Henry Cavill that we have at home. Now you can kind of see, and it's not exactly the most highly detailed picture. A lot of people are looking in the background going, oh, what is the big spear in the back, or the sphere in the background? I'm thinking, is Brainiac going to be playing into this? Because that could be interesting, immediately jumping into one of the most powerful Superman villains. Could be something there. Definitely could be something there. But yeah, he's got the trunks. He's got the trunks for the first time since, I think, Brandon Routh's Superman Returns. But the desaturated colors, I don't really know. And people are also critiquing the picture for, oh my god, he's playing with his boots. It looks effeminate. And it's like, I don't know, man. It looks fine. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the really high collar, but it's all going to come down to the performance, and it's also going to come down to what's going to be left of the DC legacy by the time July 2025 rolls around. But let's take a look at some of this. Fans left divided over new Superman suit as first look at upcoming film drops. The actor replaces Henry Cavill as a legendary superhero. Yes, of course. Fans have been left divided over the new Superman suit as the first look at the upcoming film has dropped. Filming for James Gunn's Superman currently underway. The writer-director shared a sneak peek at star David Corenswet in costume as the legendary superhero. And yeah, from that picture and why you have the first look at Superman in costume sat down in a chair in an apartment, strange, especially when everybody's just really hoping that this is going to be a good, feel-good, traditional Christopher Reeve style, truth, justice, and American way Superman, and not Zack Snyder's moody, crying, yelling, screaming, Don Haddott's chants, neck snapping, Kal-El. God, if they call him Kal-El once in that film, that shit is dead. Anyways, the new movie was originally titled Superman Legacy, but Gunn revealed a few months ago that he's cutting it down to just Superman. I don't know what that means because he just continues to add more cast members and more comic book characters to this Superman story. Make one good movie, James. Make one good movie before you start to plan out this 10-year-long DCU, for Christ's sakes. With the politician star in the titular role, the upcoming film also stars Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane and Nicholas Hoult as villain Lex Luthor. Yeah, for as many characters as he's announcing, all of the casting's pretty spot on, if we're going to be honest. And while all these characters might sound so familiar, the Man of Steel himself doesn't look so pristine and perfect as many fans might be used to. Instead, the first look at Corenswet sees Superman looking pretty dirty and weathered, so the hero must really be getting to it in the film. Yeah, but why do his shoes look so pristine? Gunn also added in the threads that behind the scenes, he's like the last guy using threads. It's kind of crazy. Was taken on set by Jess Milgo and the entirely and was entirely in camera. Okay, thanks, who cares? And fans are pretty split on the opinions of the new suit. As one wrote on X, not 100% with the vibe, wanted a little more fabric looking, but still nice. God, I hate when people unironically describe things as a vibe, or just describe it the way that it is instead of just your stupid feelings-based interpretation. Another claimed it was bulky, weird lines, neck looks weird. Yeah, that's the one thing, man, like the high neck, as opposed to just, you know, like a traditional collarbone ride, that you have the separation between the top of the collar and the cape. I like that the cape's there, you know, and the trunks, of course. Yeah, bulky, weird lines. Yeah, because he basically got... It's running back the Cavill costume, okay? I wanted it to be sleeker. Yeah, another put, the suit is not it. Meanwhile, somebody else wrote, what in the heck is this Halloween suit? Another agreed, yeah, it's a little rubbery, ain't it? Yeah, it's definitely got that weird texture to it for sure. Yeah, but another side, many users were highly in favor, as one social media user said, okay, it does look better, I will admit it. Also, homie, it looks just like Henry Cavill. Yeah, when he was cast, okay, some of the pictures that were going around, dude looks exactly like Henry Cavill. And there's also pictures of him in his workout routine, and yeah, the guy looks just like Henry Cavill, okay, which, hey, credit to David Corenswet. I've never seen him perform, never seen him act in anything. He definitely looks the part, and if he knocks it out of the park as Clark Kent, people are going to go ahead and forgive the criticisms, most of the criticisms that they have for the suit. That's where we're at right now, man. This is the state of modern superhero films. We aren't at a point in time where anybody's looking forward to the development of the story. We're bickering over suits, whether or not it's Wolverine or Superman, okay? This is where we're at. You have two of the biggest superheroes coming to the silver screen in the very near future, and we talking about threads, man. We talking about threads. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.